What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott. And as you can see by the title below, we're going to talk about why, despite everything going well, the guy ends up pulling away anyways. In fact, I would argue with this certain type of guy, the emotionally unavailable guy, if things are going well, he is more likely to pull away. And we'll get into this, okay? So, as you can see behind me, we have, no, this is not bacteria. This is actually a sun, right? This is the sun. It's not bacteria. I'm not a good drawer. Leave me alone, okay? So, if you have been following me for a long time, or if you're one of my clients, I say this often. I say that you could play the perfect game. Okay, right? She could play 100% the perfect game, okay? She could play it correctly, right? But if the man you're talking to is emotionally unavailable, it doesn't matter, right? The guy's going to look for an excuse. The guy is going to look for an excuse to get out, right? So the analogy I use with a lot of my clients is, think of it as like building the perfect house, like your dream home, okay? Just like with relationships, which start with happy, healthy, loving people, right? If you want a happy, healthy, loving relationship, that's what it starts with. The house starts with a foundation, okay? Think of this is a foundation. Just fucking go with it, okay? Not the best draw in the world, okay? Foundation. If the foundation is weak, meaning these two people, okay? If the foundation is weak, it doesn't matter how nice the house is, you can add all these little extra things and whatever, the garage, you can add whatever to it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because a big ass meteor is coming, okay? Think of this as a meteor, right? A big ass meteor is coming and it's gonna smash your damn house. It doesn't matter. It's going to crumble, okay? Well, actually, there's no point in this because it crumbles because these are weak. It's going to fumble. It's going to fall down. And what ends up happening is the woman wonders, well, what is going on? Everything is going well. Like, he said he loved me last week. Last week, everything, he seemed okay. He wanted to see me. He asked me about our plans for the trip we have coming up. Why is he pulling away? And that's because a lot of the times, ladies, when you're an emotionally unavailable man, what freaks him out is the progression, right? The moving forward towards the relationship. That's what freaks him out. It's not the speed at which you go, because a lot of women will be like, well, we'll take it slow. It doesn't matter. If you're making a right turn, right, towards relationship road, okay, doesn't matter if you're going 30 miles an hour or you're going 100 miles an hour, you're still going to relationship road. That's not where he wants to go. And the way this ride looks is when things are going well, right? You get the consistency. There's consistency. Sorry, learn how to spell that. There's texting. There's dates. There's substance. Not just sex. Even sex, I'd say this is another one. Like there's all these things. There's all these things that I call these the variables that define a relationship. And the more of these he sees, right? I guess besides sex, because come on. But the more of these he sees, the more it starts to look like this, starts to look like the dream home. And I guess the analogy you could think of is, oh man, I got a dream home. Fuck, this is a nice house, but goddamn, I can't pay for it. I can't pay for it. Fuck, right? And so you're adding on all these little additions, and then on top of that, you got a little car can I draw a car? How does that? You got a little car you can't afford all this, right? You can't afford all this, or again, you build it so big that these crumble down. That's what happens with the emotionally unavailable man. Ladies, you can literally play the perfect game. You could play the perfect game. You could be doing all these things right. He could be giving you all these signs. But if you watch my earlier videos, maybe, was it last month or something? Maybe 10, 15 videos back, you might be familiar with this line, right? There's this line, okay? This is where you guys start. Right? So like a blank canvas. There's no context created, meaning like the things you guys do and say. It's just early dating. And then over here is the relationship. You're going to get a guy, and here's the halfway point. You're going to get a guy doing all this shit in the beginning. Why? Because again, it's early. No context. There's no context. No context. There's nothing there to freak him out, to make him feel like, oh shit, this is too serious, this is too serious. It's the speed he goes at. Like again, it's the texting, it's the consistency, it's the fucking substance, the depth, the opening up, the cuddling, the future planning, all this. And then when you get to the halfway point, that's where you see a fucking flip. That's where this guy is like, oh shit, I don't know if I could do this. He freaks out and gets in his own head, okay? Freaks out and gets in his own head. So why am I making this video? Because I've had a lot of clients today. I know I say this in every video, but I do. I've had 2 clients today where things were going decent in their situationships, okay? And they're telling me this story, and I told both of them this. When I was listening to that story, I immediately knew what the problem was. Because guys don't have all these great things, right? And then when it's going towards a relationship, that's a good thing. I always say context is a good thing when you guys want the same thing, right? It's validation. I want to bang. I want consistency. I want substance. I want you to text me. I want to go on dates. That's good if you guys are on the same page. Context is great. But when you guys are on different pages, that's where there's this, do I have a red in my hand? That's where there's this big ass brick wall. That's this brick wall right here. And the guy stops. And the guy's like, well, instead of me driving around it and keep on going. No, he doesn't think of solutions. He just turns back. It's easier for him to escape it instead of trying to work through it with you. Right? Well, why? Because he's emotionally unavailable. He doesn't see the benefit of being in the relationship, or he's fearful of one. I've had 2 clients today where they were talking to these guys where things were going well, and then all of a sudden, it just hit a brick wall. But I already knew by her telling me this story, obviously by her talking to me, there's a reason why you're talking to me, something's wrong. But by listening to the story, which is basically all this stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's emotional unavailability. Ladies, the shinier it looks like on this side, okay, and then you see something going on this side, the more contrast these 2 things are, the more likely it's emotionally unavailability. So if you're talking to a goof, if you're talking to a goon right now, if you talk to a mother effer and he's pulling this bullshit, it's not your job to fix it. It's not your job to sit around and wait. It's your job to get a session with me. So if you're interested in that, get the link down below. I'll love to work with you like I worked with my clients. I'll actually link the session in the description too if you're interested, right? But it's not your job to fix this stuff. You can understand it. Again, get a session with me. We can go over your situation and see if it's fixable or what's the best move to make. But a lot of the times, ladies, it's the emotionally unavailable man. And like I said, for the 3rd time already, it's not your job to fix it. It's just unfortunate. We have to play the best to our ability on what to do next and things like that, which I have videos on that. Or you can get my guides down below. But yeah, it's not your job to fix it. Step back, make the guy realize you're not putting up with this shit. Show some standards, show some dignity, self-respect, value your time, and have him regret not wanting to build a house, or at least, for the love of God, bro, like build a stronger foundation, okay? Like build a stronger foundation here, and we can get something going. But yeah, so with that being said, ladies, if you're interested in getting my free guide, links down below. If you're interested in getting a session with me, links down below. I love you all. Take care and peace.